I don't know how many times I need to say this. I am not going to law school, I said through clenched teeth. I'd said those exact words so many times. Perhaps saying them in another language would help? My best friend, Cade, was currently learning American Sign Language. Would that work? My mother pursed her lips and put her fork down on her plate. Her Cobb salad left half-finished, all of the bacon and eggs shoved to the side. Why did I keep agreeing to come to these lunches with her? It was a ritual I couldn't seem to break myself out of, along with going to charity events or country club weekends. Without fail, law school would come up. I just think, she started to say, and I pushed my chair back. I'd barely touched my own salad. I'd only ordered it so she wouldn't comment on my eating habits. I couldn't look directly at her. I'm not doing this with you anymore. If you don't accept my choices, then you can't accept me. Give Dad my love. Hunter, she hissed, worried that I was going to make a scene. Oh no, a scene. The worst thing that could possibly ever happen to her. Part of me imagined really making a scene, screaming or yelling or flipping the table. But then everyone around us would have their day disturbed, and the workers would have to clean everything up, and they didn't deserve that. So, threats of a scene were the best I could do under the current circumstances. The sun was shining when I left the restaurant hungry. I thought about sending Cade or Reed a message that I needed them, but Cade was working and Reed was probably sleeping after her bartending shift at SAF, and I didn't want to wake her up. As I was contemplating my next move, my phone rang. My mother, of course. I ignored the call and started walking away from the restaurant and towards somewhere I could get a decent burger. My parents liked to eat at the kinds of restaurants where the food was absolutely spectacular, but the portions were so minuscule that you got about one bite per course. I'd grown up used to dining that way, but nothing at those places could top a really good burger when you were ravenous. Remembering that one of my favorite food trucks was probably still serving and parked not far away, I headed toward the park and was thrilled to find that the line wasn't too long. Finally, something had gone right. While I waited, I checked my social media pages. I had several that I had to manage. One for my yoga teaching business, one for my hair tutorials, one page for regular posts and my watercolor art, and then one for my closest friends. It was a lot to manage, but I'd developed a system and there was a plan for each one. My parents were absolutely horrified by my career choices. In truth, I didn't need to work. My trust fund took care of most of my needs, but I couldn't stomach the idea of not doing anything with my time, or doing what my parents wanted me to do with my time. If they weren't working, they were having pointless conversations over too small portions or pretending to smile at people they hated during a charity auction while bidding on things they didn't need and telling themselves they were contributing positively to society. If they weren't my parents, I wouldn't have anything to do with them. And then I'd remember that the reason I had a trust fund and could spend my time doing things like teaching yoga and making hair tutorials without worrying I was going to be homeless was because I was their daughter.